Yeah, August 16th, 2023, about 3:45. So I think now, family, that my neighbors, as you can see in all these videos, that they believe I was trained as an investigative journalist in high school, And if they don't, well, I guess the 700 plus videos I got now, they figured it out somewhere along the way. But I still videotape them because they are such descendants of the slave breeding programs and the slave culture, uplift the white man, protect the white man, and don't lift a hand to the white man, the overseer, the cops, let them do whatever they want, abuse your women, rape your women, sell your children, rape you, tear apart your families, beat you, murder them, let them do whatever they want, as long as it's to the black people, and you can't lift a finger or defend yourself or your family. Where do you think all that rage of them black men who were slaves and could not defend themselves and their family or do anything but kiss the white man ass or die, or be raped, buck broken, with banged in their butt, be in front of the whole plantation? What do you think they took their rage out on? On their black women and children, huh? And you could see it. And because I've studied everything, I realized my family, I have to reveal y'all first, y'all were the first descendants of the slave breeding program family that I discovered, but I didn't realize it back then. I lived through it, all that toxic shit y'all did and tried to hide and all of that. And the first descendant of the slave breeding program individual that I discovered with regards to my descendants of the slave breeding program genetic principle, because it is indeed a genetic mutation that was introduced by the white and Caucasian people who deliberately bred slaves. I'm not talking about the slaves who were taken from Africa, though they were brainwashed and trainwashed in the same bullshit. Some of them would fight and die, rather die or fight to be free, learn how to read, be educated. Those are my ancestors, okay? But because of the mixing, of everybody, the slaves sleeping with everybody, the slave master sleeping with his slaves, white mistress sleeping with back slaves, and all kind of shit went on. The genetic mix has mixed all across the globe. And those who were from those slaves who were bred after slavery was ended and there was no more buying of slaves, Britain ended it first, then America, no more buying of slaves. For 50, 60 years after that, they were doing slave breeding programs where they deliberately bred slaves, even did incest with the slaves, putting the brown paper bag on top of their head, the buck head and all the women, put the women in a room naked and the buck going in naked or with brown paper bags on their head and fuck as many as he could. Some of those were his own family members. That's inbreeding, which creates all kind of genetic flaws. And then you got the fact they were uneducated, taught to prey on their own or whatever, but never fight back against their slave masters and their abusers. And they took that rage out downward. They couldn't fight the oppressors. They couldn't fight the overseers or the courts and law, nothing. And so they took it out on their women and children. You see, generations later, it's still going on. They're still fine with their women and children being unsafe. They were trained and bred to that. So yes, there's absolutely a responsibility with regards to reparations, because when you turn around and you breed people, even breeding certain characteristics in them, some of the women were bred to be specifically sold for sex. They didn't call them comfort women. They called them good time girls or fancy ladies, something like that. And they bred children to sell, 15 slave babies, give massive 15 slave babies, and I'll set you free, they would tell them. All kind of shit they was doing, just breeding. You're doing inbreeding, so you're breeding genetic flaws, not teaching them any education, nothing. When they were finally set free, what did you think they was going to do? Crime, of course. Not all of them was going to turn around and say, oh yeah, now I value education, even though I've been taught not to give a fuck about none of that for generations, for hundreds of years. And their own people was taught them too. Remember, they told they told a black slave woman, you better teach your sons to do all this and follow everything master say, or I'll buck break them too. So they taught them, you better not try to read this and that education. And you think they was going to turn around and value education later and act confused when you see all the crime and the shit going on, shit that they were encouraged and to do to their own. Make sure you let master know anything going on. Inform on your own, but let master and white men do all the crimes to you. And that's fine, because we're giving you religion of, you get your reward in the afterlife. Whether it's the 7 77 virgins with the Muslims, or whether it's, with, slave, obey your slave master, turn the other cheek and be, if you follow the rules and God's will, you get your reward in the afterlife. Well, they all get their reward now. Y'all don't see the bullshit. I'm not saying Muslim religion is Islam is fake. I'm not saying Christianity, Catholic, nothing is fake. What I'm saying is there's a difference between religion and spirituality. And organized religion with the hand of man on it, trying to trainwash people and stuff like that. But while they're doing the opposite, the top 1% are doing the opposite. Do you see the white man turn the other cheek? Huh? If a black person attacked them, they would string them up. Many black people died that hadn't even done anything. They tore down black towns where they owned property and shit after slavery out of jealousy and being angry and envious that they had worked hard and were able to own property and shit. And they would burn them down, run them out, force them out, threaten them out, anything so that they would sell cheap or just kill them. Look at Black Wall Street. That wasn't the only one. So yes, the white man went out of their way to breed people, to keep them in bondage, even after slavery was over, with all kind of genetic mutations and flaws and shit like that, and trainwash and brainwash all of them, the bred ones and the ones who were not bred, who came from Africa, to turn against their own, commit crime, don't value education, nothing, just value and uplift the white man, white family, and to be peaceful against the oppressor. But, they take it out on their own. That's okay. While the oppressor's not peaceful to them, mess me with the bullshit. I'm not saying all white people are bad. There's some white people here who stood against slavery and all that. And hey, I celebrate them too. But there's the dividing line. It's not black, white. It's not Muslim, Christian, Catholic. It's not gay, straight, lesbian. You know what it is? Someone who is willing to corrupt a child, or someone who's willing to stand and protect a child, or a child, woman, and family, or someone who's willing to corrupt child, woman, and family, like my family. So I'll be exposing y'all first, family. And so if in case I wind up in jail for having to defend myself from these pedophiles who broke my window 3 times, trying to perv on CC, you know what I'm saying? Yo, it is what it is, fam. Y'all know I've been in jail before. Y'all know I had gun charges. They was my guns. Yeah, I don't mind. That was my 2 guns. I was trying to trying to make sure I could defend the kids and keep them safe in gang neighborhoods. Y'all ain't trying to keep me, the kids, safe, nor they dad. So I had to do it. So yeah, they was, it's whatever. I ain't had no bullets in them, whatever. And so, it was over. Yeah, and death threats against men, charges, yeah, please. And there's orders of protection Gil and Santos had against me, my exes, yeah, please. I ain't think about touching them. They scared because they know I could, but I won't. Anyway, so yeah, if I wind up in jail, it ain't a thing, it ain't a problem. Because see, before I was stressed in jail because I was trying to get out. Now, if I get in there, I know I had to defend myself, and it is what it is. Get comfortable. And that's what the fuck I'll do. And just tell the truth or why I had to defend myself, and that's it. And whatever. I had to defend myself. There's the videos, whatever, and do what you got to do, and let's get this shit over with, and I'll go get comfortable. Because they always give me my own room anyway, you know what I'm saying, because of the, post-traumatic stress disorder with psychotic tendencies, that it's not too good for me to be around other people, because then if they make me feel like I want to, life is not living, I'll hurt myself. I feel like I want to hurt myself or something. I'm not going to hurt myself. I'm going to hurt somebody else. That's why they give me my own room when I'm in jail. So it's all good. Okay, so that's what y'all didn't know. Remember when I was locked up around Thanksgiving? Yeah, those was my guns. They was, to protect the kids. Yeah, and I was stressed because I was trying to get out. Now I ain't worried about it. If I go in, it is what it is. I defend myself and I'll get comfortable. Have my own room. And you know what I'm saying? I'll be a G and a leader in there too. Bye. I'm tired of it. Everybody want to lock me up for shit I do? Well, if I go for defending myself, I'll feel fine and dandy with it. Just like Gary Ploush, or just like that lady who her and her husband killed the pedophile, and she said, yeah, she would do it again if she had a chance. I ain't saying that, but I say, I know exactly how she feel. I'm good with it. Or Steven Sanderson, who killed the pedophile in his cell because he kept talking about it and he told him stop. And he said, fuck it, I told you I'm going to hear that pedophile shit. And he killed the dude with his own, took the dude's, he knocked him out, took his shoelaces out of his sneakers and strangled him with his own shoelaces. I ain't doing none of that, and I'm not going to, but I will defend myself, fam, and y'all know that shit. So it is what it is, yo. These niggas tried to play with me while they was perving on CC after busting my head open for defending her. Yo, I don't care what none of y'all got to say. Miss me with the bullshit or what none of y'all think. All the way up to law enforcement and SWAT. I ain't got no beef with SWAT, but I don't care what they think either. And you either, fam. Now let's see what's good. Because I definitely am coming for my apology for all the sex abuse y'all did to me. Now let's see what you want to do.